What's going on, everybody? Well, welcome to, look at this. This has got a bird's eye. Aunt Bessie, we're killing it right now. Welcome back to Saturday night's live stream. Saturday night's live stream. Yeah, it's about 20 minutes after I finished last night's. But welcome to the show, everybody. Hopefully this is going out some sort of normal process. We've got a lot to talk about, as you would expect. Again, for anyone jumping in, this is a pre-recorded live stream. We do live stream every single night. Just for reference, though, just to let you guys know, and hopefully this is very different now, I'm sat watching... obviously, I've got what I want to talk about to you guys. I'm sat watching the Binance USTC USDT chart at the same time as I'm watching the Nexa chart and looking and deciding whether I should switch out my USTC for Nexa. And M. Kriegs is not helping, by the way, because she keeps messaging me going, oh my God, have you seen Nexa? It's going absolutely insane. I mean, currently it's trading at 1,800, 11.66% as I'm watching it right now. But USTC is going down. Nexa is going up. It's just a bad world. But interestingly, when you look at the amount of USTC being traded, there is actually quite low volume. Not a lot of buys, not a lot of people trying to pick up a USTC. So definitely trading volume is down on that one. But we'll see what happens. It's all fun and games. I'm not selling out of Luna Classic, by the way. The sky's not falling. I'm just maybe moving a position of USTC into Nexa. Potentially. I can't think of anywhere else I can pull some money from, unless anyone wants to lend me a couple of grand, which would be great. But anyway, what we're going to talk about in tonight's show, well, US crypto crackdown. We discussed it a little bit on Thursday night. I do think it's really important we talk about this, but the US crypto crackdown, we need to talk about exactly what's going on with that. XRP trading volume, as well as taking a look at some macro charting for XRP. I think it's going to be worthwhile. So, welcome to everybody. See Fairground, Sambab, all the gang, I'm sure. Tim Shea, Hunter, hopefully Legrand's here, M. Kriegs, I'm sure you're here, as well as maybe Holmes. Reg might be in there as well. Who knows? But let's get into exactly what we're going to be talking about in tonight's show. So like we said, XRP. I mean, obviously the pricing is going to be a bit different based on the fact that we're kind of a couple of days past when I've talked about this. But look, ultimately trading volume. And remember, this is the number six ranked cryptocurrency out there right now. So XRP definitely starting to do work. This is where it is and where it sits at the point in which I'm recording this video. If we look at the macro data for XRP, and this is kind of what I've started to look at on a number of different coins that I'm interested in or that I think I want to hold for a long period of time. Some clearly we're just going to go and trade them and we're going to just trade the opportunity that's there. Some we are going to hold on longer. Now XRP, obviously we know the SEC case is all ongoing. We're expecting some sort of outcome over the next course of the couple of weeks. But if you look on the macro chart for XRP, and we'll zoom in just to take a look at this, we are seeing a definite switch to the bullish side. Now we're looking at the weekly chart here. You can see we've just flipped bullish, starting to move up. Again, we need to test this 55 range, but we see we've got the 9 crossing the 20, which is a bullish sentiment. MACD line crossing the signal line as well. So 2 really good bullish indicators. And I think this is born out of a lot of speculation, a lot of desire for the case with the SEC for them to come out and win. But at the same time, we then see people jumping on it. We've seen whales moving significant amounts of money around. Equally, we've seen people buy. Even the sentiment in this channel is one of optimism and even purchasing of XRP. So we broke through that 49 key resistance level and held on the weekly. Broke 55, but did come back and retest. So again, as we move into next week, we'll really see how we go on there. But look at this. This is a month of green candles for XRP. So like I said to you last night, sometimes it is worthwhile just stepping back and seeing exactly where we are. If you were to say, well, in the last 3 months, XRP has only had 4 weeks of that where it actually minted a red candle. All the rest have been a bullish green candle. So long term, if you're thinking of getting into XRP, it definitely looks like a really good play. When we look at the slightly more higher price points, you can see here, look, 64 cents would be our next point where we've seen a couple of resistance points here on a number of occasions. About 4 or 5 times we've touched this in the time of XRP, heading on then potentially up to 80 cents. There isn't a great deal between those two lines. And then we start getting into, you know, kind of moon territory around this $1.39 all-time high, topping out here. Look at $1.95. Is that within the realms of possibility? Absolutely. Is it going to happen next week? Probably not, and I think we need to context that. But so far, so good for XRP. Well, what's going on? It says XRP trading volume surges to billions of dollars on South Korean crypto exchanges. Now, we are seeing a number of different parts of the world, particularly kind of the east part of the world. So China is starting to kind of get into bed with Hong Kong. I said that's not right, actually. China using Hong Kong as an opportunity to get back into Bitcoin, if you will, open the tap a little bit and allow cryptocurrency back into China through a very heavily governed and regulated part of the world. But it says XRP trading made up nearly 50% of all volume on Corbett, a prominent local South Korean exchange. South Korean crypto trading mania has seemingly returned, fueled by a surge in XRP tokens. Trading volume for XRP spiked to billions of dollars on Upbit, Bithumb, and Corbett, three of Korea's top exchanges by volume, on the back of the token's 26% rise in the past week. And I guess this is where you start to really think about the potential of things like Casper, Nexus, Ethereum, Conflux, that actually when big economies and big consumer economies get hold of some of these tokens, they can really rally the price. And again, when we talk about retail buying at the weekend, and we talk about retail coming in aggressively to pick up some of these coins and purchases, then these are absolutely what we talk about. We see XRP going into South Korea. When China starts to open its door, Russia will once again absolutely start mining Bitcoin. I can pretty much guarantee it that they're going to do that. We'll start to see a really big trend. And these are where market surges come from. These are where massive uptrends in certain coins start to move. It says Upbit led global XRP trading volumes over $790 million worth of tokens traded in the past 24 hours. Crypto exchange Binance, in comparison, traded a relatively smaller 720 million. Just let that sink in for 2 seconds. Upbit, which is a relatively small exchange, albeit in South Korea, out-traded Binance by $70 million in the last 24 hours for XRP. That's absolutely insane to think about. It says Crypto Circle, South Korean traders are infamous for pushing euphoric rallies on tokens. The so-called kimchi premium originates from the region, where prices of Bitcoin and local exchanges can trade at a premium as much as 30% compared to international counterparts driven by local demand. And we see that in places like Nigeria, in places outside like South Africa, where we see this demand for Bitcoin at an aggressive rate really pushes the price up. We actually saw Bitcoin well over 35k in Nigeria because there was such a demand to pick up that. What it does, though, is it pushes the floor price up of something like XRP. So we then start to see aggressive buys. The price moves, people form a win, and all of a sudden this crescendo of buying really starts to push up the price. So right now, South Korea is driving an agenda around XRP, and it does look set to continue, especially when we look at the macro on the weekly chart. So pretty exciting stuff for XRP. And again, I'm sure you're all in the comments shouting XRP, but very, very impressive. It says the bullish impulse stems from Ripple's case versus the SEC, where optimism for Ripple's win seems to be becoming more dominant. Lewis Harland, portfolio manager at Decentral Park Capital, said in a market update on Wednesday. So even the people that move and shake this market believe the SEC is going to lose. Now, do you know who else is going to lose? Well, no, let's find out as we get to race number 1 under there. But yeah, I mean, super excited about XRP. If you really think about it, it's pretty big news, and I think really could start to run the market quite nicely. Fingers crossed, we'll definitely start to see what that looks like, which will be pretty good. So remember, we're at the top 50. It's exactly the same as last night. You can tell I didn't click off that because that just showed you exactly where everyone was. So we'll just click back in and turn that off so then I get the little reveal at the end. But let's get a couple of dead quick races. I want to talk a little bit about what's going on with the US. Marble Ancient Zone feels like the most appropriate one we've got in the world. And again, if you're not in the top 50, or you haven't been here for most of the week and you're like rocking on a Monday and then wonder where you are, I'm sorry, like try turning up every night and actually being part of the community. That would be great. Do you know what I mean? But if you haven't already, hit the like button. I'm only kidding, by the way. You can turn up whenever you want. Just if it's pre-recorded, I can't guess it here. But hit the like button if you're not. And if you're new around here, we do live stream every night, 4 p.m. Eastern. Right now, if you don't know, my house is literally being renovated. So I live here by myself for 4 days a week, and then 5 days a week, and then I go and see my missus and kids for a few days. So I tend to do pre-recorded. You know what I mean? No one else does that out there right now. No one else. You don't see. I was going to mention people actually, but I'm not going to be specific. You don't see other people doing stuff like this. You don't see other people at midnight on Thursday, the 30th of March, recording a pre-record for you guys on Saturday night. And I do it because I think you're all amazing, and I really appreciate the support. But let's see who's going to lose, or who's going to win, more importantly. James Nesler out in front with Georges, Philippe Fallotte, Mick MCG, Tomato Pete, Dillinger Dave, Beaver, John Pringle, Fairground, all making a move there as we come around the final corner. Who's going to take this? Well, it's not the final corner, actually. It's about 3 from the end, but I'm just getting excited, slightly delirious. I've still got one more live to do for tomorrow night. Can you believe that? I have no idea what I'm going to talk about in that one. Might just be me being like, I'm here still. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Imagine. No, Mick, what happened? What happened, Mick? No, Nazan, Justin Selly, what are you doing? Why are you all falling off? Stop it. Stop it. Why are you all what is happening? What is happening? Why are you all falling off? I don't understand. What? Oh, look. Oh, why are you all falling off? Do you all just get yeeted down the side? Maybe you just got yeeted. There we go. Beaver, George, GS, Hugh Smith, John Pringle, Fairground, Jay Burns, It, Fleet, Flop, Blaze, Rex, and James Nesler. Do you know what not the great thing is? For some reason, my marble screen is covering up my actual internet screen, so it's kind of pretty hard to see it. But anyway, this is a really interesting article from CoinDesk around the US trying to kill crypto. Now, we talked about it not last night, the night before, this war on crypto, this desire for some reason to restrict the US consumer from getting into cryptocurrency, restrict them from being able to purchase certain coins, restrict them from using certain exchanges, and all of it is only it's only going to be a detriment to the US consumer. Like, that's all we're going to see, because other countries are all for it. That's the crazy part about this. Other countries are welcoming the US investor into their platform, as well as crypto projects. Now, it says, and I'm going to read the full article because it's quite a interesting point around kind of what he talks about, but I will read from here. It says, as the conspiracy goes, this one doesn't need much suspension of disbelief. Even well-placed observers, including former regulators, have characterized this as a coordinated attack. Anyone remember Operation Choke Point? Jamie Judge will remember. Heck, the current administration's aims against cryptocurrency is clear in official statements, and then there's all the actions. After ignoring industry pleas for guidance and regulation for years, the US government seems to be going after all parts of crypto with a vengeance. Now, remember, Operation Choke Point, we talked about this about 4 months ago, which was to stop the use of the banking system to be used by cryptocurrency projects and investors to restrict the flow of money from fiat to crypto. That was what the Operation Choke Point was about. It wasn't about going and shutting down crypto exchanges. It wasn't about suing people and putting them in jail. It was about stopping the flow of money from banking systems to cryptocurrency. And what does that mean? Well, this is where you start to get into the super tinfoil hat part of the world, where you say, well, okay, they have collapsed 3 crypto supportive banks. And my opinion of them is they very much just need... I actually didn't think that was going to come up then, because I'm in a slightly different screen because I'm pre-recording it. But it continues, says, the assault has included a series of enforcement actions by the Securities and Exchange Commission against regulated US crypto entities, including Kraken and Coinbase, of which we got 30, and I still stand by the fact I think it's all about money, by the way. While just this week, the Commodities Futures Trading Commission sued Binance. The Biden administration last week also released its economic report of the president, which made the case that cryptocurrency is not a useful technology, while focusing on a series of crypto-inspired criminal frauds that unfolded in recent years. Now, remember we talked last night about $10 billion worth of donations from cryptocurrency into registered charities. And yet we still like to hold on to this. Oh my God, you can buy drugs with cryptocurrency. Well, you can do it with cash as well. You can probably do it with credit card nowadays. I mean, I've no idea, but it says a deliberate attack against the economic freedom that crypto represents would run against the country's values. Second, this is the US, the land of crumbling infrastructure. Our leadership can't even muster the coordination necessary to repair the country's bridges and railways, and it's too depressing to imagine they might be more aligned to destroying the financial infrastructure of the future than maintaining the physical infrastructure of the present. The crazy part of all this, and he sort of talks a little bit about regulation, a few other bits and pieces, and the existential threats that could be coming with cryptocurrency. But what ultimately do we get to a point down here where it says, ultimately, Bitcoin and many other cryptocurrencies would survive even a sweeping, indiscriminate regulatory crackdown functionality unscathed. That is the entire point. The systems were conceived with a goal of empowering individuals to control their own fates in the digital era, separately from government and corporate structures. Why? Because they will just move to other countries. This is the thing that's absolutely insane. The US government does not know that cryptocurrency will continue. We see places like China, South Korea, even Russia to a certain extent, where we're just seeing an adoption of cryptocurrency much more aligned to what people want. So the crackdown in the US is only ever going to be detrimental to them. And what will happen is funds will just flow away. And you think about, look, I'm not a US citizen. I don't feel like I can fully, really comment specifically on it because you guys live it and kind of, love it, as it were. But look, I can tell you where I am right now in the UK that ultimately we are and have an ambition to really kind of support cryptocurrency. I think our government, even if you take, and Europe is not the biggest, oh my gosh, what is happening? Europe is definitely not the biggest supporter right now of cryptocurrency, but at the same time, if I show you this, we do have a number of countries that are pro-crypto right now. Malta, Canada, Slovenia, Netherlands, Portugal, Germany, Singapore, Estonia, Luxembourg, all super pro-cryptocurrency right now that are like, hell, get them out, Biden. Get them out. Let's move them into here. To the point where we're even seeing tax cuts for cryptocurrency exchanges, as well as a number of other things. Absolutely insane. If you take Malta as an example, has a Virtual Finance Asset Act, the Malta Digital Innovation Authority Act, as well as the Innovative Technology Arrangement and Services Act. Man, just getting super excited about it. Take Slovenia. Slovenia has massive Bitcoin mining farms. Netherlands, regulated by the Dutch National Bank. Portugal, they have a technology-free zone to enable blockchain and other field experiments. Germany, although Germany's banking system looks like it's a bit crap at the minute, but you exchange funds for cash, other cryptos in a year, your profit will be tax-free if it's less than €600. I mean, come on, Joe, sort your shit out. Man, I really got animated with that. I don't even know why. I'm not even a US citizen, but you get my point. It frustrates me to a certain extent, and I know a lot of you guys in the chat are from the US. So the crazy thing here is, like I said, it is only ever going to end up in a bad world for the US economy and ultimately the US crypto investor, which obviously pisses me off because that does affect some of you guys in the chat. But let me know anyway. What does everyone think? Hopefully we'll see some change. I don't see it. Maybe if there's an administration change, potentially. I don't want to start getting into politics. I feel like I've verged on breaching into some level of politics in the last couple of days, so I don't want to get into that world. But if you want to thrive in economy, you should absolutely embrace innovation, and at the same time, you should absolutely embrace new technologies that bring financial wealth to your country and certainly your citizens, in my opinion. Anyway, in my opinion, man, that was pretty heavy. Actually, that was actually really heavy. I'm pretty warm. Oh man, honestly, it really winds me up. It really winds me up, but it's fine. It's fine. Let's not stress it. Okay, let's not stress it. Let's lighten the mood. Let's take it back. Let's just lighten the mood a little bit. I know something that can lighten the mood. Okay, you ready? This will lighten the mood. This is gonna lighten the mood for everyone. There she is. Look, there's a picture of Caroline. That always brings me back to a good place. Whatever's going on in the world, as long as I can see my Caroline, then I'm happy. So there we go. Anyway, that's going to do it. We're going to head over for race number 2. I nearly said that was going to do it for the rest of the show, but that's not. We're 20 minutes in, man. These are literally, I must be having just loads of fun by myself, talking to myself, which is even weird. But anyway, let's get this last race done and dusted. We're going to do the 904-minute one. I mean, imagine that. Imagine that would literally take forever with an 82% elimination rate. That's absolutely insane. Right, here we go then. 1 minute 29. Twisting Rim. Oh, I think that was a rubbish one, actually. Streaking, Rolling Wonder. I did check them all, Brian Dowie, just FYI. So let's take a look and see what it's all about. See what it's all about. Here we go. Oh, I like it. I mean, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Or at least there is some bits at the end. Here we go then. As everyone comes through, who have we got at the front? Nazam, Beaver, Tomato Pete. Come on, Stardog, don't mess about. Just FYI as well, not that this bears any relation to anything else, but Nexus pulled back 1740. I knew it would. My USDC, though, still hasn't gone through. Oh, it might just... Oh, come on. Why is no one buying it? Why is no one buying my USDC? What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? How much am I selling it for? I don't even know how much I'm selling it for. We'll see. Anyway, here we go. Might be able to pick up some next on the cheap, M. Kriegs. Might be able to get it on the cheap, baby. Unless it's cheaper tomorrow night, which will be really, really annoying. But anyway, here we go. Streg, out onto the thing. Oh, the thing moves. No way, bro. Here we go, then. It's going to get interesting. Oh, I thought Vern had, absolutely yeeted it down there. Who's going to get the strike? I know it's a totally different sport, by the way. But here we go. Look, Wolfie's on this side. Justin Salia dropping in, avoiding the pins. Who's going to get it, though? It's all going to get pretty crazy. M-Kriegs! Is M-Kriegs going to get one? No! I thought M-Kriegs was going to take a win. What happened? What happened, M-Kriegs? Where are you? You got 5th. Oh, Demon Kid got there in 4th. Puggamole, Shrill Crowder, Justin Selly, Tim Shane Azam, Chris Bendix taking the top 10 place as everyone else filters through and as I eagerly watch the cryptocurrency charts. Bitcoin's back below 28k. I don't know what it'll be at the time. I think we'll see a slight rally, if I'm honest. I think I said 28.2 yesterday. I think, yeah, I don't know what it'll be at now. I'm hoping it'll be at like 28.6 or something like that. I'd like to think we are in the weekend of retail buying once again, but we'll see. We will see how it all plays out. All I know is, come on, Nexa, drop down to 1,500 and I can pick up some on the cheap. Right, final results are in, baby. Let's take a look how it all pans out. What does it all look like? And the leaderboard is Vern. Although you're getting caught up, Vern. Streg's there, Jamie Judge, Shoesmith's making it happen. You'll have to be careful. It's going to get pretty close over the course of the next couple of days. But that's going to bring us nicely to the end of the show. I can't believe I'm so hyped that it's 10 past midnight on the Thursday night still after you left me all about an hour and a half ago. And I'm still going. But as ever, thank you so much for watching the video, the live stream, whatever it is. Don't forget, hit a comment, like. Everyone in the stream like it. It absolutely supports the channel. It pushes the algorithm and it gets YouTube to go, holy shit, this 2-bit guy's pretty cool. Let's make sure more people see his channel. More people seeing the channel means more people join our amazing community and more people that are going to make some money in 2023. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, guys. And I'll see you all back for a pre-recorded that I'm going to do in about 10 minutes and you'll all see tomorrow night. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.